What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a request video for a lineup for my clanmate, faction mate? I don't know, whatever you want to call it. He's my teammate in arms. His name is Adam. Him and his son Nail wanted to have his lineup presented on my channel, so I'm doing that for him. So this one's for you guys. So the lineup is Witch, Pirate Queen, Griffin, Muerta, and Iron Tony. Now, I didn't ask him what his perks were across the board. I wanted to do my own perks on it, kind of put together a few jigsaw pieces that, for some reason, in my head were connecting, but I couldn't quite visually see it until last night when, well, you know, a little bit of the green starts talking to you. You start seeing some things, and I noticed one massive combo. Sharknado and Eldritch Horror on top of Pirate Queen. Now, stick with me here. Just stay with me here. Okay, Shark Tornado. At level 60, heroes caught in the tornado lose 50 energy per second. Now keep with me here. Eldritch Horror at level 60. When fear wears off, apply stun for 2 seconds. Now stick with me here. Combine that with Hocus Pocus, which applies a stun at level 20. I'm actually working this up to level 60 now for the 2 second stun. Apply a stun for 1 second, along with Landmine and Scorched Earth. So essentially what happens, we'll use Tony's little screen here for a buff pattern. So what happens is the enemy team's lined up here, correct? Right in the center. Let's say there's a Griffin here or a Kitsune. There's something back here and something back here in this three-peat line, right? The Hocus Pocus takes this card, shoots it back, hits it into a stun for the 1 second stun. In that time, Eldritch Horror moves its way, and if you watch, you can kind of see it creep up on them like a wave. It goes in hits, 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 hits. So everything in this line gets hit by the fear. Hocus Pocus shoots them back, so they don't get hit by the fear here. They're stunned for 1 second. The fear hits them, they go, they're confused. It hits them for 2 seconds. In that time frame, you can have landmine damage and scorched earth damage knock out what is basically one very powerful card in Griffin or Kitsune. If you run into a tech golem with tech armor plating, which is something I run into rather consistently right now, it seems to be the meta. You know, that video to come shortly. They have 7 seconds where they cannot take damage if their perk is max for tech golem armor plating. So, if the tech golem armor is right here, or tech golem with his armor plating is right here and it's maxed out, you shoot it back with a Hocus Pocus, he's stunned for a second, Eldritch Horror hits him, stunning him for 2 more seconds. He's confused with it, or I believe that confusion, let's see here. The fear goes for 3 seconds. So he has 3 seconds of, or 1 second of stun, 1 second stun, 3 seconds of fear, followed by 2 seconds stun. He has 1 second where he cannot take damage before he goes into the fight. And once he gets into the fight, because he's no longer, or he hasn't been focused that whole time, everyone's going to cascade on top of him and take him out within a minute, or within a few seconds. So ultimately, this combination of Eldritch Horror and Hocus Pocus really ultimately leads to Tech Golem with the armor plating not really being as scary as what they used to be. When you add Sharknado and the energy draining field there, plus you have the Scorched Earth, plus the landmine, you got 5 perks working together to make one line just basically go bye-bye. It's a lot of fun, and I hope I can showcase it in this video. So for our perk system, how we're setting up is Witch is going to have Ray of Light and Deadly Swamp. She's using her own perk, which is something I really enjoy seeing. Pirate Queen, like I just talked about, has Sharknado and Eldritch Horror. Griffin is going to have Tech Golem armor plating, lightning reflexes, and onslaught. Muerta has landmine, bulwark, and Hocus Pocus. And then Iron Tony has Scorched Earth because I need that damage. And also because Scorched Earth is higher level than his lightning reactor perk, which now that Rune Hunt has begun, I am putting all focus into lightning reactor, basically because level 60, the lightning wave stuns enemies for 2 seconds, is too good to ignore. If placed properly, this could cause a lot of problems, but I also believe this perk will be that one that shifts the game at the very last second to win. As it goes off once per 10 seconds, I have a vision in my head. I see it. I just need to get to level 60 before I can execute it. Keep eyes out for that video. All right, so with all this information down, again, Adam, thank you so much for sending me your lineup. I actually was running this last night before the faction week changed, and I was winning consistently with it. It is a very, very strong combo. It is a very good build. I mean, you've got Iron Tony and Pirate Queen with their stuns, Griffin with his stun, Muerto with landmine is always way too good. And then you have the witch turning cards into frogs. It is a control-y deck that I adore that has such aggression. So Adam, Nail, this one's for you guys. Let's get into the fights. See what comes of it. Okay, the first fight is against Emoshi, and his Muerta is both frightening and adorable. It's a level 10 with a level 100. Oh no. This is gonna get interesting, son. Why did you do this? Why would AI do this to themselves? Why? Okay. Cool. See, I'm not really too concerned. A majority of the time I get concerned, but I can't really lie to y'all. This combo, the combination of things this deck can do, or this lineup can do, is just stupid silly. You can either make them hate their or regret all their life choices by focusing down their big ones or their big cards and just dropping them to their knees. Or you can individualize each line if you so choose. Like, it really comes down to where you want to place them and what you ultimately want to see as an end result, really. It's way too much fun. It really is. Okay, so the thing about all this is I really would like that the Muerta and the Pirate Queen to be in the same line. That's ideal. But if I focus that too hard, if I try and force it, majority of the time I'm going to lose because I'm going to be focusing so much on his stuff that I'm just not paying attention to my own. So, yeah, I think we just hold where we're at. We're going to be just fine. We can go individual lines. It's not going to be an issue. So, as we can tell, we're already having pretty easy fight here. He took us for 2 hearts, but really, ultimately, having those second or extra bodies is not that bad. And also, this combat boost, once per round, upon suffering a lethal blow, Pirate Queen deals 100% damage to nearby enemies and teleports back, bro, with 40% HP while leaving 3 pirates. That is stupid strong. So, especially if you go and misplace your Pirate Queen, which I have done a couple of times. I have misplaced her, and I put her in the wrong location and regretted that decision. But having that combat boost, for some reason, just makes... it's just a cushion. It's a wonderful cushion. Okay, so Eldritch Horror is not going to go where I wanted it to go. Maybe I should have kept her back here, but ultimately, I'm good. We go and spread out the love. We don't want to stack as much as possible. But if it does happen, it does happen. It's not like it's going to kill you to, stack a little bit. And we have all pieces of the puzzle in place. They're done. This fight's now officially over. The Muerta can go and sit as much as it wants to and try and survive, but the second the 7 seconds is over, it's over. It's over and done now. The shield's up. We're fine. I don't see any real reason to merge yet. We were basically handed everything that we needed to handle. We cleared out the entire board. That was the other thing, is the buff patterns for this deck work so eloquently together that it really does not take that long to clear the board of the rocks. So the faster you clear the rocks, the faster you get your bodies out, and the faster you win. That's really what it comes down to. It's all about speed. That's the reason why leveling up the perks to legendary is ideal and what everyone should be aiming for in the long run. I mean, getting them to epic is pretty great, but you really want to level up the perks to at least be legendary, even if that legendary is only just going from 79 to 80. Getting the prowess requirement down to level 10 is crucial, because that does allow for you to speed up, especially with your damage perks. And that's why right now I'm trying very hard to focus a few of my big... See, we're just done. I mean, granted, the perks weren't... I cannot tell if this is a bot or a person. I'm going to say it's a bot because of the frame and the pixie. That's why I'm going to say it's a bot. But since I can friend request it, it might not be. But I'm still thinking it's a bot. But my question is what sort of sadistic person made a bot think... I guess it'd be the algorithm. But what would make the algorithm generate this? You got 1, 2 legendaries, 1 max level perk, 3, 4 rares, and then 3 uncommons. It's just weird. It's a weird placement. But either way, you saw how simple it was for me. You saw that, or like literally I was in cruise control for this one. This lineup really ultimately puts you in cruise control. It's got so much control to it, it's just crazy. So let's go into fight number 2, see if we can just get the same result. Alrighty, fight number 2. It's a gimme. I'm just getting gimmies for this. Yeah. I will take it. I honestly, right now, I am in such a grind mode. I have been grinding left, right, and center with the Astral Rift for the last 3 days. I love the Astral Rift. It's so much fun. Like... Okay, I zoned out for a second. I'm not fully awake yet. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not fully awake yet. I haven't had my caffeine, but... yeah. Let's just go with the fact that this deck is going to put me in such a relaxed state. Normally, I'm stressed. I'm stressed playing this game most of the time. Worried about placements, worried about a whole bunch of other stuff. For some reason, this deck just works on all levels. Buff pattern wise, power wise, everything just kind of melds together in this beautiful cocktail of chaos that I'm never really concerned. And ultimately, the only time I have lost with this deck is if the opponent has like 4 max level cards and they have all 4 of those max level cards with their perks max leveled. Like, that's really the only time I lose. The rest of the time, it's just a cakewalk. I may lose some hearts in the process, which is kind of a given with this game. You are required to kind of lose some hearts, especially if you want to gain some bodies. But ultimately, I've lost the hearts, got down to like 2 or 1 heart, and then I just dominated the rest of it. Once the pieces fall into place, you're good. I've had matches where I didn't even get Muerta supered, and I still won. I have had matches where I didn't get Tony supered, still won. And you can see it's hack slashing away at that 1 super right there. Ooh, Return from the Dead! You're done. Rise of the Dead right now is just broken Legion. Legion of Darkness, Rise of the Dead. It's just crazy. Crazy! Alright, so how do I want to continue playing this? Well, it looks like Muerta's ready to go. This is perfect, actually, and it really makes me upset that this fight is the fight that it's happening on. But we have our placements exactly where we want them to be at. PQ, Pirate Queen's up here. Muerta's right here. Like, we have every piece in place. And it's gonna end now. Yeah. We didn't even get the full combo off. We still got it. Alright, let's go into fight number 3. That was a give me. That was a definite give me win. Alright, fight number 3 is against Jeozen. And this one will actually be kind of a fight. So, the reason I say it's gonna be kind of a fight, that. Right there. That bullshit. Yep. You'll understand why. So basically what I need to do right now is I need to play a little slow. I need to find out if the Tech Golem is going to do anything to me. Really, Tech Golem and Kitsune are my two biggest targets right now. I want to put PQ in front of either one of them. One for the Eldritch Horror stun, but two, I need them to be confused for half a minute. I also need to go and throw Muerta basically in the same line. I need to aim as much as I can for this combo and pull it off, because that's how I'm going to win this. Now, Tony and PQ coming in with the stuns will also help. This is a very stun-heavy deck. That's what makes it so easy and so fun, is it is Stun City. And for all of those people who've watched my previous channels or previous vids involving WWE champions, I really like my stuns. I like making sure they can't do a damn thing. So, yeah, it's something I'm working on, put it that way. But I rather enjoy this. It's just easy street. You can just watch him. He's just bouncing around. They're all just bouncing. It's okay. You're all gonna die. You just don't know it yet. Don't fight me. It's so much better when you don't fight. Alright, let's go with weakness from the witch. Go pink, pink, go pink, pink, pink. Alright, now. It looks like we are in the right frame right here. This is the right line for this, because he's doing them all in the line right there. Looks like Muerta's in the right location here. I'm going to drop both Tonys because I just supered out Tony. And then I'm going to go here. And of course, you just give me nothing but witches. But let's just leave it as such. Okay, we're looking good. We've got a few of the pieces in place. We're fine. Duckwing just exploded. Yeah, we're good. We're Gucci. Okay, the only real thing that I'd like to see here is less witch. That's for sure. I want to see less witch. It's not because I dislike witch or anything along those lines. I love the witch. The witch is one of my favorite cards. But I just don't need her right now. I've already got one super. I need to try and get to my combo so I can do the combo before I win. I just want to get to the combo. It amazes me. I sit down to go and do the recording for the combo, and I can't pull off the combo. Last night is all I had to do was pull off the combo, and I just won. By the way, we've got the combo. Dink, 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 dink. Now, before I hit the start button, this is one of the things I wanted to talk about. In this game, as you go up higher and you face more red perks, this is kind of what you want to do. You want to have your combo in the front two lines. You don't want them back here because this is Scorched Earth territory for a lot of cards. It's also Landmine territory for a lot of cards. You want to stick right here with this combo. First two rows. And it's done. Yep, you're finished. This is just silly. I really want for this to be better. I really wanted this to be a human. This is a bot. And it may be a bot that has flesh. Who knows? But it's still a bot nonetheless. And, okay, there we go. Now we can really test it. I want to watch the rocker. She's back there. She's stunned. She's moving. She's stunned. Yep, she's gone. She didn't even make it out of the Scorched Earth. That's how quickly they die. That's just insanity. She went back. She was stunned. She was confused. Then she's stunned. And by the time she was done with her stun, she had already taken Landmine and Scorched Earth damage enough. She died. She was just gone. She got erased. 10 million health. That's what she had when going into that. I mean, she was just gone. This combo is silly, 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 and I love every second of it. So, spoiler alert for the rest of this week's videos, you will see this combination probably 3 more times. Just a heads up. All right. So, we're going to go through the list one more time. We have Witch with Ray of Light and Swamp, or Deadly Swamp. We have Pirate Queen with Sharknado and Eldritch Horror. We have Griffin with Onslaught, Tech Armor, Armor Plating, and Lightning Reflexes. Muerta has Landmine, Bulwark, and Hocus Pocus. And then Tony has Scorched Earth for that additional damage in the back line. One thing you can do that did work out for me as well is if you feel it necessary, you can swap the armor plating for Griffin on, put it onto Tony, and then put Scorched Earth onto Griffin. Or you can do Bulwark on Griffin, and then you can put the armor plating and Bulwark on Griffin and Tony, and then put Scorched Earth on Huerta. Basically, you can bounce the 3 squares between these 3 cards, and you're going to see different results just based off how you're feeling. If you're feeling like your Griffin is taking too much damage, you can go and put on the defensive perk. Same thing with Tony. The reason why Scorched Earth is on Tony right now in this build, and not the other 2, is because Tony gets a shield when the combat starts. He gets a shield after he does his ability, and honestly, back-to-back shields, come on. You really don't necessarily need anything else there. So, yep, that was good. All right. So, that's the end of this video. Adam, Nail, shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for this build. I greatly appreciate you. And I'm going to leave you the same way I always do. Life can be fun if you allow it to be. We'll see you next time.